Hi, my name is Mariana Lancashire, and I'm a senior at the University of Delaware. I'm 21 years old, and I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I chose the University of Delaware because it's a beautiful campus and it's an amazing school, and I actually had a lot of friends that were older that decided to go to UD and said that it was a great experience and that they were learning a lot. So when I visited, I just felt like it really clicked for me, and it was also only about an hour away from my home, so if I needed to do anything at home or see my family, it's been convenient for that. So I'm really happy about that. When I started applying for colleges, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be an elementary school math teacher, and I decided to change my major to fashion merchandising my freshman year. And I changed my major because I really liked education and I really liked helping people and I liked working with kids, and I was able to use my creativity in a way with teaching, but it just didn't fit me as well as I felt like it should. I just didn't feel right. I wasn't really interested in the classes I was taking my first semester. So I met with my RA and I told her that I was really interested in fashion and that I had been for a long time. So I thought about it for a few days and I really thought about why I liked fashion, and it really goes back to my childhood because when I was in elementary school, I remember my favorite thing to do was play dress up, and my favorite holiday was always Halloween because you could really express yourself and there was just no rules. And I just really like that about fashion. I would always have fashion show birthday parties as a kid, and I always had so much fun doing that. I loved seeing everyone's outfits, and yeah, so I just thought about that, and it really felt like a good fit for me. So I decided to switch my major to fashion merchandising, and it means a lot to me now that I'm going to be in the fashion industry, because I remember growing up and always being upset about schools having dress codes and uniforms and just people not really being able to express themselves. And it always was something that made me upset. So now I'm going to have the opportunity to help people express themselves through their clothing, and I think it's so fun. It's something I really enjoy, and I'm just so excited to start building a career and a name for myself in the fashion industry. And yeah, so that's why I chose my major, and I'm also pursuing a certificate in business administration. I am doing this because I really do like business, and math is my favorite subject. So I know that accounting and finance and working with spreadsheets is not everyone's favorite thing, but I really enjoy it, and I've noticed that I'm really good at working with numbers. I think more than anything else, I've always gotten the best grades in classes with numbers involved, mathematics. So yeah, that's why I decided to pursue a business certificate, and I'm just also really passionate about money and economics and how businesses make money, and yeah, I just really enjoy it. So I really hope to be able to put those two things together, which is why I'm really intrigued in buying and merchandising and planning and allocation, because I will be able to showcase my skills that I learned from school very well in those positions. So I do have some retail experience that further made me realize that I really enjoy my major, and I started working for Nordstrom in 2017 as a seasonal sales associate. So I was based in BP, but I also worked in Savvy and TBD. And TBD, I really enjoy that department. It's my favorite one in the whole store as a customer because they sell Free People, which is my favorite brand to wear. And so I really started realizing that I knew the customers really well from being one myself. So I was able to really establish good relationships with customers, and I really enjoyed my time as a sales associate there. In my first seasonal position, I actually sold a wedding dress to a customer, which was kind of difficult because I wasn't based in the dresses department, but she just came to me because she was a little younger and just wanted my help, and I helped her choose a wedding dress, and she actually invited me to the wedding, and it made me realize that I have an eye for this, and I am good with customers, and I also know how to make customers' experiences positive. And she even talked to my manager and was so impressed, and it was a really good sense of achievement and really motivated me. And I actually developed a pretty good relationship with managers that weren't even my department manager. I like socialized often and got to spend time in the lingerie and hosiery department. And the manager actually moved to my hometown, Nordstrom. And the next summer in 2018, she called me and asked me to come work for her since she knew it was my hometown. And so I would just live at home. And I did that, and it was a really good experience. I learned so much because I was actually the only person based in that department, so I didn't have any coworkers really besides my manager who would come and check often, but it gave me a sense of leadership because I was basically in charge of that department, and the sales, it was just a really small department, so there wasn't a lot of merchandise and just not a lot that needed to be watched at once, so they only really needed one person, and so it was a really good, I felt really responsible for taking on that role. And when I was leaving, I also had to train the girl who was replacing me, so that was another good chance to show off my leadership skills. And also during that position, I got pretty close with the store management, like the store manager, HR, and the customer service management. And they occasionally would just ask me to help out with some stuff in the logistics department because in 2018 that store was transitioning into a web fulfillment store. And so Nordstrom.com orders would be fulfilled at our store. And so they just needed some help because they didn't hire people yet. So I spent some time helping them in the beginning processes with that. And that was a really good experience because this past summer, 2019, I got hired as a customer service representative for Nordstrom. And this was awesome because this summer they merged logistics and customer service, so I was able to really learn so much about the store and the policies and inventory and just the whole process of shipment and manufacturing. And I also just learned so much more about vendors and the merchandise. It was an amazing summer. I spent so much time fixing problems and learning about store technology. I also was in charge of emailing financial reports to the store manager every day. I would have to analyze the sales from last year and compare it to today, and also just the percent change, and just, comprise that and give it to the store manager so they can have it on file. So it was a really good experience, and it also incorporated my business knowledge with my fashion knowledge, so it just really cemented what I know I want to do, and I'm going to keep trying to further my knowledge with retail operations, and I really hope to eventually just work my way up in a company, maybe Nordstrom. I really enjoyed my time there, but wherever I end up, I just really hope to enjoy it as much as I have so far, and I know I'm good at it, so I just really hope I get to showcase those talents. And thank you so much for listening. I hope I was able to give you a little bit more about myself and what I've been able to do in my experience through college and why I'm so passionate about fashion and business.